3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 1198. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and you would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below, and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome, and thank you very much for your support, as well as your presence during this reading. So there may be some person, some animal, some living being in your life who really enjoys your company, your attention. It's even possible that they want to follow you wherever you go, or just being in your space without you there isn't the same. There's just somebody or some animal that genuinely feels connected to you. You personally. But moving into interpreting 1198, the number 1 is about having trust and faith. Number 9 is about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. And the number 8 is about loss and trusting that whatever is lost will be replaced. And I often think that messages from the number 9 go very well with messages from the number 8, because we have the message about helping the world release what no longer works, and then loss and trusting that whatever is lost will be replaced. So I really, really feel like I want to say that if you feel a sense of purpose with letting someone or something go, this is your confirmation. Or this could just be guidance for you to find purpose in a loss or a sacrifice or some sort of uncomfortable change or transition. No matter what, I feel like it is important to have trust and faith in the process, in the path that you are walking, that you feel called to walk. Pay attention to what your intuition is trying to tell you. Pay attention to how you feel called to use your strength right now. I'm also feeling very connected to flowers. Granted, I did watch a short form video before I started recording about cupcakes of flowers, but I'm actually seeing them in my mind's eye, and not necessarily the icing, but significant nonetheless. One thing that I like to point out is that flowers are something in this world that are considered beautiful. But, like everything else, they die. They come to an end. And I'm feeling connected to the temporary nature of all things in life. Specifically, the beautiful things, as well as the ugly things. I feel like you can't have temporary ugly without temporary beauty. You know, so maybe that's something you want to think on. Learning how to appreciate beauty by being accepting of the ugly. Not saying that it's okay if this keeps happening, but it's okay that I didn't have control, that I don't have control. And I personally do believe that for hundreds of thousands of years, people have been working toward an idealistic version of this reality. Maybe you're familiar with Plato. I don't know if I already said it, but I believe that there is an idealistic version of this reality, this world, us as human beings, somewhere. Somewhere in time. Somewhere in the future. Now I'm feeling like connected to the weird spacey things and, you know, black holes. Isn't the father of time Kronos? You know, and every time I think of time and being connected to Kronos, it really makes me think of Alice in Wonderland and the White Rabbit. Definitely feeling some weird vibes. Vibe check. But it's not in a scary or uncomfortable way. It's in a, what is this? kind of way. Now I'm feeling connected to the phrase, curiosity killed the cat. So it's okay to be curious, but know when your instincts are trying to protect you. Know what rabbit holes to go down. Know what doors to open. There's really a focus here on discernment, your judgment, and how important it is to see things clearly, especially to protect yourself. Adding up these numbers, plus 9 is 11, plus 8 is 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. And I just have a couple of messages with this number 10. The first one is confirmation of the presence of your spirit guides. I'm feeling that they are surrounding you. Hopefully not in a way that feels creepy, but in a way to help you feel seen, supported, maybe even validated. Especially when it comes to the spiritual things that you're curious about. The weird things that I seem to be picking up on in this reading. The other message is specifically from your spirit guides, feeling connected to your ancestors in particular, is to have trust and faith. You know, just really reinforcing what we already talked about with the 2 1s in this number. Overall, have trust, have faith, move with purpose, let go, knowing that what you do and don't do is bigger than you, no matter how personal it feels. And trust that whatever is lost will be replaced. And I really wanted to emphasize the idea here of having trust and faith, which, you know, really lines up with your spirit guides, ancestors too, encouraging the same thing here. Right now, I'm feeling connected to the idea of having a moment of silence And that has made me feel connected to the Italian word memoria, which means memory. It feels like your ancestors want you to have a moment of silence for a memory or certain memories that you have that bring you grief, really. There are 2 decks of cards on this table in front of you. We have the Prisma Visions Tarot as well as these deck of index cards that I made and wrote on with things that I just felt called to write. We're going to start with, interesting. I was just going to do 1 tarot card and 2 index cards, but now I'm like, maybe I'm going to do 2 tarot cards and 1 index card. Okay, and I just saw the numbers 122 and 123 on the timer, which are about change starting with you, really connecting to the idea of purpose here, helping the world release what no longer works, as well as trusting that everything happens for a reason. You're seeing certain things for a reason, experiencing certain things for a reason. First card that I have is the Hanged Man in reverse. And on this sticker up here in the corner, first one is a planet symbol. You can look that up if you feel called to. I'm also not sure what element that is, but there is the 3rd eye chakra, which is connected to your intuition. For me personally, as well as the symbol of an eye. And now I'm feeling connected to the phrase, or the idea about how some people believe that the eyes are the window to the soul. Maybe something you want to do is take a look in the mirror, look into your own eyes. And what do you see? What do you see? This feels like it's meant to be empowering. I did see a warning here, though, that someone or something may be wanting to take advantage of a vulnerability that you have, or currently trying to do that, which makes protection in the presence of your ancestors all the more important. In general, it does feel like there's more of a focus here on what's going on at home, family, other close personal relationships, maybe at work, anything to do with your sense of stability and security and safety. When you look at this imagery on the Hanged Man, you have somebody here floating in the water, and there's piranhas circling underneath them. There's a real sense of anxiety. Your instincts may be picking up on some sort of threat. And I don't intend for this to exasperate any feelings of anxiety. It's just something definitely worth acknowledging. And like we talked about before, have trust and faith in yourself, the universe, and maybe another person or another situation. But like I said with discernment, you gotta know where to put your trust and your faith, especially with people. The Hanged Man in reverse maybe feels like you're avoiding taking some sort of risk or making some sort of sacrifice for some reason. The number 12 is on this card too. 1 plus 2 is 3. And number 3 is about expressing yourself, using your voice, making yourself heard, and taking any opportunity you can get to heal and to grow. To me, it feels like there's some sort of decision that you're delaying out of fear. Let's go ahead and get this next card. 4 of Wands. I think this is the planet of Venus right here. Zodiac sign of Aries and the element of fire. think the Hanged Man is connected to the element of water. I'm really not sure. But it is making me think that you can't fight fire with fire and expect the flame to die out. You have to fight fire with water, with emotion, with grace. And it's the number 555 on the title, which is confirmation of some sort of change or transformation or transition. This Four of Wands is literally all about foundations. This is definitely the card about home, maybe even a marriage or some sort of celebratory event or event that's supposed to be celebratory. Number 4 is connected to ancestors and your stability. So this is confirming for me that whatever decision or risk or sacrifice or loss you have to take or accept, it has to do with your sense of safety and security and stability. Let's go ahead and get one of these index cards. Whatever this is about definitely could resonate definitely for everybody, but what I can say for everybody watching this, something's going on at home, at work, that needs to be addressed. It needs to no longer be ignored. It says, if you are who I think you are, then I have nothing to worry about. This does feel like there's a certain person here where you're trying to really understand who they are. But who you think they are is different from who they actually are. That's the thing. It does feel like someone's identity is where the anxiety is coming from. If you are who I think you are, then I have nothing to worry about. There's anxiety here, you're worrying. So is this person really who they say they are? Do they respect your worth and what you deserve? I feel like that would be the biggest indicator of what this person's intentions really are. And if you really do end up having to set boundaries or walk away, the true colors will really, really show. Overall, this reading has encouraged you to have trust and faith, to move with a sense of a purpose, to let go of whoever or whatever you need to let go of, to contribute to something bigger than you, and to trust that whatever is lost will be replaced. It will pay off as long as you don't give up. Know that your spirit guides, including your ancestors, are also encouraging you to have trust and faith in yourself. These cards on the table are telling me that you are avoiding something related to your home life, your sense of stability in some way. And it's time to stop avoiding that. To decide who you really think somebody is, who you really think you are. I cut the video off too soon when I started to hear sirens outside. I just wanted to mention that sirens are a sign to pay attention. Pay attention to the idea of who you are and who someone else is, where the similarities are, as well as the differences.